Hello everyone! I will be going over some of the things that our children will be learning during their final half term with us in Year 4. Our topic is Blue Abyss. The children will explore all things ocean, focusing on coral reefs and the organisms that live within them. In English, the children will write a debate. They will put forward two sides of an argument and they will conclude with their own opinion. This will be about whether they believe tourism on coral reefs to be a good thing or a bad thing. They will be using contrasting conjunctions and adverbials as their grammar focus. So these are words or phrases that link together two sentences or main clauses to give contrasting opinions. Words and phrases such as on one hand, on the other hand, and despite this. This can be a really tricky concept for children. So to support at home, if possible, you could try to include some of these words and phrases in conversations. An example might be, we could order a takeaway. On the other hand, if we cook, we can save money for ice cream at the park tomorrow. Our science will also link to our topic, and we will discover the impact of changes to the environment and how this affects living things. We'll also focus on poetry in English and aim to create a rhyming poem about Keiko the killer whale. This will lead us nicely into our GAF fortnight, our Griffin Arts Festival, where we will have 2 weeks where the children will mainly be exploring various kinds of arts. Our overriding theme this year is energy, and in Year 4 we have decided to focus on exercise. The children will create a 2D piece of artwork based on exercise. They will create a sculpture and also a movement sequence. We will put forward the children's artwork for an Arts Award certificate, so keep your eyes peeled for that towards the end of the year, possibly the start of Year 5 if they complete their projects. We're very, very lucky this year that we've had so many wonderful trips, and we do have further trips planned. So the children will go to Drayton Manor in recognition of their hard work, practicing for the times table checks. We're also hoping to go to Hartsell Hayes for a field trip so that we can complete some of our final objectives in geography in a more engaging and hands-on way. We've had lots of lovely things planned, and we have lots more planned for our final half term, and we really hope that Year 4 has been one to remember.
In maths this half term, we are looking at shape, position and direction, and statistics. In shape, we are exploring shapes to look at angles within shapes. In position and direction, we are looking at taking shapes and plotting them onto graphs, making sure they align with where they should align. And then interpreting statistics, we are looking at graphs, and we are quite good at the minute now with being able to draw bar charts and line graphs. And we know that if 3 people like dogs, we would draw an X here or draw a bar model up to here. If 2 people like cats, we would do it up to here. If 5 people like horses, we'll do up to here. 0 people like cows, and 1 person like pigs. We know this data, we can plot this data onto graphs already. What we're going to look at more in Year 4 is interpreting and reading these graphs and drawing information from these graphs. So the first thing we could do is we can look at how the changes change within a graph. And we can see here that there is no correlation between any of these really. It goes quite up and down. Whereas if the graph was about temperature, we might see a more gradual slope or a more gradual increase. We can also use this data to tell us about how many people in total might like dogs and cats and be able to read this data in that way. Or we might be able to see how many more people like horses than cows and use the data to support us there. Or we might want to know how many people there are total that have been questioned and use the data to really support us in finding these answers. So now that we're able to make data, we want to be interpreting it and being able to read it and draw conclusions from it more. To support with this at home, as I mentioned, you could look at the weather and you could track the weather over a week and see if there are any changes throughout the week in the temperature of the weather. It could also be done throughout the day and to see how the weather changes throughout the day, and really looking at these data points to see if there's anything that they can deduce from the data. We also have our multiplication tables check this half term. We're really excited to begin our tables check. It's something we've been practicing every day, every week since the start of the year, so we're very confident with the progress the children have made with their times tables. To ensure that you're prepared for this, we just encourage more times tables at home. Keep going on TT Rockstars, keep going on TT Rockstars within school, and just keep practicing. The children are really excited. They're motivated to score well on this, so it's not something we're worried about at all, and we will just continue to support them in school and hoping you're supporting them outside of school so that they are ready and confident for this check. Thank you. Bye.